And I spent so much time writing it. The thing is, usually pissed off. Imagine I was on try to save it and then she just disappears. Yeah, but that would be an interesting thing. You see spinning? Oh, I hit. Wait, I was watching the video. I was talking about. I don't care. I just gotta get to the ball. So jumping in. But it fixed it behind. They fixed it. The game came out and fighting, you know, try to play with them. That's not fighting. When I say fighting, no, I say fighting game. I mean like in the, I mean like a street fighter. No, it's more of a Souls. Here we go. I forgot the name. I try to school some games. I suck. Yeah, you suck at this. I just finished that. You know, the oh yeah, he was like, wait at that time. You know, you see, I started with just the worst. And I was like, I can be. Oh, you can't. You can't. You just first time it took like 2 weeks to finish. You know what? I'm too bad. So I got the sword. Got the sword. The first playthrough, I was gonna play. First first playthrough, I was making the samurai. It took me like 2 weeks to make that. No, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. Well, it has a higher level. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, well, I think you have like Leo with them. I started as the worst all the stats. I mean, what is the all zero stats? She just didn't give us a that's crazy. I'm about to get I just had food. You just had food? Yeah. Are you getting pictures? Huh? Are you getting no, yeah. Honestly, I'm just well, yeah. I just never. I mean, with this this meeting, No, you don't get the same amount of I think the one with the least one, you get a little more.
I know.
The other class, you start
Listen, I'm sorry. I wasn't great.
I was just I really skipped that first guy.
you won't pay for it. You won't pay
I literally skipped that before stupid. And went straight to more fun. You know, I just tried that the first time.
I have all the you're crazy.
You mean
So as soon as
oh yeah, I'll try to get that close. Easiest way to do it. You get the
That is important.
Oh, you mean the choice? It's like, it's like a secret wall. I finished the whole thing, so like, I didn't finish the whole. Yeah, no, I haven't.
You finish all the other rooms?
Yeah,
I mean, you cannot even play outside.
sorry guys.
I lost that. Volcano Man.
They can't hold us, right?
Yeah. I'll send it now. Yeah. Well,
I farmed them, so that's what it is. So,
Well, my first place, I dropped the game at market.
I did, no, Mark, LG was like, we got the first. Mark, listen, LG was so I was so because at the same time, I just got it. So I was like, okay, let me learn how to plus we're not going to have the boss fight after it looks bigger. Boss fight. Has a 20.
oh, I'm talking about the store castle.
Yeah, so I'm sure yes. I was able to buy this. I finished.
Yeah, my first try, I dropped the game at the market. Then I finished Dark Souls 1. And came back.
I never watched it.
And it was a special offer in the street. $20. Yeah.
So that means everybody is saying
I'm gonna say for the book,
First try. And I go to couch roll. Like I had it.
Yo, how's everyone doing? How's everyone doing today? Y'all ready to get? All right, so today me and Jordan will be doing a little bit of a crash course of Git and GitHub. How many people use Git or GitHub? Raise your hand. So fair enough, fair enough. I still see some no hands, so today we're here to really teach you how important GitHub is.
First things first, we got some a wonderful screen that I made, so you can see it's very well organized. You know, our social media right here at this QR code. I'm sure you all already have it though. Future events, David's subbook tomorrow, web dev, intro to CSS.
Please come, it's gonna be fun.
We'll learn more about that tomorrow. I mean, that's in the slide deck. Then there's some future events. So, what is the 16th? This Tuesday, there's a career fair for WC. There's like 8 companies who are looking for software and CS majors. So definitely go there. You also got an email from someone about that. It's either the WCE college or Lexi, but she sent an email with an employer list. So definitely go on there. Pick out all the companies who have software engineering or computer science of what they're looking for. Research those companies and apply to them so that you're ready for the beautiful career expo. And even if you don't think that you'll get hired, like this is David, he always thinks he doesn't get hired, and he doesn't. But he goes to the career fairs anyways, and he gets that practice.
I get that, you know, that pitch that I get out, you know, I'm thinking, should they kind of remember me?
It's better to go and practice and fail a pitch while you're a freshman or sophomore than to fail it when you're a senior and you actually need the job.
Let's not think they're gonna fail though.
You're gonna fail it. First time around, you're gonna fail it.
It's great practice.
Okay,
It's not great practice.
Please ask for feedback. So when you're talking to one of the recruiters or companies or something like that, you show them your resume or something. Please ask them for feedback. How did I do? What things could I have done differently? Get the most you can out of it.
No matter what, I mean, there is a possibility, you know, that they're looking for someone with their resume.
Just say you're a member of CSSEC, you're in.
Yeah, it can also be really valuable to talk to companies that you're legitimately interested in their mission, even if they don't have, they're not listing that they're hiring. My brother was interested in, he enjoys WGC, the radio station. So he went up and just had a nice conversation with them. And he found out from that convo that they were about to open up for this role that was coming in. That's how we got his internship there, his position there as well. If you really like a company, that's enough reason to go up and talk to them. Along with that, everyone, even seasoned people who go to these events, it's a little bit nerve-wracking during your first or second conversation. You're going to stutter a little bit. Those companies that you are interested in but might not have your role, you still go up and talk to them. It's a great way to get more comfortable.
Plus, if you're specifically looking for a software role, a lot of these companies are national companies. So the office that's here might just be doing construction, but they have IT somewhere. Maybe in another state. If anything, get information about their job portal so that you could search their job portal, or see if you can get contacts for their IT group.
Getting contacts are super important. Like Dom said with his brother, you would have never known about the job at WGCU unless he had that contact, right? So that's something that's really important, which is why we talked about that last week with the resident workshop.
Okay.
Let me just press but next Wednesday we have our full stack development crash course. That's going to be very fun, and no spoilers of course, but they've got a full plate.
Maybe we'll I think my web that's something.
Oh wow! And then the week after we have a hackathon prep day. We're going to be really filling your ears with all the hackathons that are going on.
we actually have some fun ideas, hopefully in effect, so we're gonna get that going. Got a quick question, who's going to a hackathon at all this fall? Oh, yeah? What hackathon are you going to?
Oh, this fall, I thought I'm one of the ones that you guys post.
Of course.
No,
Let's go to a hackathon though. Anyone going to shop? What hackathon are you going to?
Yeah, I'm going to show.
Shell hacks? Alright, you going to hacks? Shell hacks.
Shell
So
hacks.
just want to quickly get that out. Shell hacks is September.
Registration for Shell Hacks closes Monday, so.
It's still a chance.
Yup.
So, sign up now.
Yeah.
The Rodeo also, I think it said on there, the legislative there.
Yeah, they have facilities to sleep. Yeah, of course, it's FIU, September 26th to the 28th. Very fun event, y'all don't want to miss the opportunity, it's open, literally nice, I'm pretty sure, you got this like, application like, what, 2 weeks ago? So they're still accepting, so please,
Remember, you don't need a team, you can go individual, they'll figure you up.
You don't need to be a professional. They're all beginner friendly.
and listen, you have a whole club, if y'all need a team, club is, to network, let's just get a team going.
That's right here. He's going.
Yeah, man, we got him going right there too. Come on, let's talk about it. All right.
After that, all majors career fair. Same concept as the WC Career Expo, except this is for all majors, of course. So, there's going to be less for our majors, but still great practice. Go out there with some nice company. Otherwise, I got some updates here. We are looking for some officers. That's right. Where you guys come in. We need a treasurer and marketing coordinator, and vice. So I got a QR code next slide. I'll get to the next one. The community project that you all filled out, I got the teams finalized for that, and I'll send emails out for them. And hopefully those will be great. If you signed up for the Learning Hub one with David for the mini boot camp, well, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say so I guess we didn't know on the form, but if you guys are going to do the learning hub or interested, please join me in the web dev sub club. That's kind of be more of like when I'll start finalizing teams. So if you're interested, just come to tomorrow's meeting.
And with that, we also got when we did the sub club forms, we got a lot of people interested in robotics and game/app development. And so if you're interested in hosting one of those, like how David does for the web dev, please feel free to come up here and talk to one of us or message us on Discord, Teams, Instagram, anywhere. I would love to host one of those with one or two of you. You guys can come in a team of like 2 or 3. A lot of people were interested. There's like 8 people who are willing to come to that. So it really start off as a pretty big hit. And it's good for, and everything.
And there's one thing I want to point out. If you did want to start, let's say, like web dev stuff, but like I'm doing, don't think like we gotta compete or anything. We just, hit me up since I have that foundation already. We can collab. We can set up dates for you guys to specifically speak about web dev. So it doesn't have to be just one single person. It could be, I'm down to have like a team of 3, on speak. So.
And if you want to post just one thing randomly, we are looking for someone October 1st. You want to talk about a special topic you like, feel free to come back afterwards too and talk to David or I, and we'll probably just meet and let us know. I do have some people in mind already, so you guys should feel very special. But we're looking for anyone who wants to host a one-time meeting, same time as this meeting. It'll be Wednesday, October 1st, 6 p.m. in this room. You talk about something that you like related to software engineering and computer science. Last time around, we had a Caleb, who's not here. He did a Roblox game development thing, and everyone really liked it. And we also had Dennis, who's not here. And he did a Python game development thing, so it was really fun, and a lot of people had fun. And it was pretty cool afterwards. We gained a lot of aura. Anyways,
I have one more update actually. I wanted to go over. It's not on the bullet point, but we just recently had some special days come up. Join Catherine, Tommy's birthday was like, yeah, no, that's not that. It's just Tommy's birthday, you know what I mean? That's gotta figure it out.
If you want to become an officer, please scan this QR code. We will also send an email to everyone to fill out the interest form for the first meeting. And right now, we're only looking for treasurers and marketing coordinators. If you have questions about what those roles consist of, stay back and me or Lynn, he's the treasurer right now. Or Allison, she used to be the marketing coordinator. So feel free to stay back and ask. But otherwise, right there. Everyone got it? Okay. All right.
Yes, there you go. Woo! No, really funny. So for the we're gonna do, we're gonna teach you guys how to install Git and create an account in GitHub. What is Git? How does it work? What is GitHub? So we're gonna teach you like some of the functions about it. Kind of go in depth with it. Why it's important. Examples using it, and then I guess in practice.
It's really important. So it's taught in the software engineering fundamentals, and I haven't heard it since. And I don't think they would really in depth with it. But it's a very important. It's really important, and you won't really learn it until you use it. And that's the purpose of this, because you will use it on the job force. So
that's the purpose of hackathons too.
That's also the purpose of hackathons.
Like you get to really look by that skill. I mean, I literally went to my first hackathon and just that taught me a lot.
If you don't learn it, that's how you'll learn it really. From a project, whether it's in a hackathon, in some group project that you guys made, or hopefully in here.
Or even like in the industry.
But you'll use it in industry, yeah.
Yeah, 100%. So to install Git, we're gonna go on this website right here. You just really it's gonna be the first kind of link. But GitHub, it's lying and all that. No, I'm just kidding. So we're gonna go to the download section. Whatever operating system you have, remember to press Windows, and then click download. It's really simple, honestly. It's as simple as you go. You can click download, and it'll really be like a one-button press throughout the whole.
I can't execute this because I'm on the school computer.
No, you can't. I did it. Oh, you can? Yeah, I did it. It gets in on the computer now. Yeah. I guess we'll go through. Yeah. So yeah, read this. It's really important. That's it. Not really. The next, keep going next. Honestly, I say next if you really want to get sticky with it. Yeah, you can put on like this. I keep pressing next until it starts downloading.
They normally they auto-select what's normally used, recommended, so they kind of make it easier.
Yeah, you want to just get next, and then it's removing our previous getters now.
You won't see this.
Substantial.
Assuming you already have it.
Yeah, but it'll install, and then it'll press done. It's very simple, straightforward.
Do a restart afterwards, but you can also do like git/v or something to check if it's on your computer.
Yeah.
But if it says the install was successful, you probably have. All right, there you go. And with Git, you'll most likely need a GitHub. Those are two different things. So GitHub just looks like this. It's the option chat. I'll send you it over there. And you can just come on here, you sign up or sign in. We already have one right here.
Oh, there we go. Okay, we're going to sign up like Brookdale Corporation. All right.
So, all you'll do, you'll put in your email, your password.
Okay. Why are we trying to look at
a username, and then your country and email preferences if you want. Just click create account. It creates it.
Yeah.
An email verification.
So really quickly, we have a slide talking about what the difference between GitHub is. So just a quick overview. It's just basically a UI for Git with some connections. And we have a slide going over 101 or 1.
You have it. What are you gonna do? I don't know you're here.
Sorry, guys. Oh.
Beginning of school. Okay. Very protected. Does anyone not have a Git? Does anyone not have Git downloaded or a GitHub account? Wonder. Oh, you know, perfect. So you all seen this before? This is what GitHub looks like. The homepage. Normally, well, not normally. This is where your profile is, and usually you'll just go to repositories. This is where all your projects will be. These are basically just folders for any code projects that you have. You can also you have a little profile because most of the time, or really you should be linking your GitHub to your resume, and so you can pretty little some you can look up people with good GitHub profiles. They're really good fancy with it. But for you, just go to repo.
This little box kind of important too. That shows your contributions throughout the year. A lot of employers have heard of use this graph in a way to see if you guys contributed to any projects. So it's a great way for employers to see how you are.
It tells them how often you are coding.
Yeah.
Really. They have a bot for it.
Yeah, there's a way to smooth it out.
And don't do that. Get honest, guys, because in the resume, we're gonna ask you, what are you coding every day? You're gonna be like, oh, I code a bot. That automatically submits GitHub. Yeah, Jackson?
I'll also just say that if you commit like one project like at a time versus like if you do like features, you get more commits out of like a project. Coding the whole app.
We're really
Doing one
optimizing.
commit at one time.
You guys are trying.
All right, so
But GitHub. There we go. Oh, let me talk about this. As a student, you get a GitHub Pro account, so you have to apply for it. And I think you'll like your student ID or transcript, but it's just called. You can just look this up, GitHub Student Developer Packs, or you can look up GitHub Student, something like that. And they'll take you to the page somewhere. And then just sign up here, and oh, it took me right to David's account.
Oh, there we
So you can
go.
also find it in your settings. I find it easier to just look it up settings. It's kind of hidden here. What is that program? Let me just do this real fast. But you can see it's really simple. You just push your student, where the golf goes, university, and then it just asks for, oh, you have to connect your Eagle PC account, of course. But after that, it's going to ask for your student ID or transcript. Submit one of those, and they'll usually accept you in like 10 seconds or like a minute. But it has a whole bunch of things. Copilot is like an AI coding companion.
So then, you put it on your like laptop.
Yeah, it has a bunch of courses for free. Intro to GitHub, intro to open source. There's certification, intro to web dev right there. Career readiness. It honestly is a thing that you could ever need in your life. Even data science and machine learning, hackathons in the cloud. It has a lot of things that you guys can utilize, and maybe even we will.
Any paths you go to, anything out.
Mobile app development. All these things are going to be free for you. Intro to JavaScript. They're all free. Some of them are only free for like 6 months or something.
Are GitHub pages a full version or?
Some of these could be like 6 months long. So like this intro to JavaScript, you might only have access for 6 months. But like, I'm sure you can finish it in 6 months, maybe.
What do you mean?
So just make sure you utilize them. Because there's a lot of information here that you're not going to get from your classes. The classes can't keep them. So this is a great resource. Highly recommend.
So what is Git and kind of section of it? So it's a type of version. It helps you keep track of your projects, allows you to have easy collaborative, development with your team partners. Keeps track of who made changes, and it helps merging any project and allows it to continue to be reverted if you mess up or one line of code is like breaking. So very, very useful for collaborative in the main, but also I'm just kind of being better than I'm saying. You kind of get the point though. It's just a great tool to use with projects.
Good, like, compared to, like Microsoft Word or Google Docs, they have version controlling in their documents.
Yep.
It's not necessarily Git, it's just a version control software that they use. So that's how you can see what changes were made by who. So if someone deleted your entire Word document, you'd be able to see who did that, and you can also revert the changes. If that helps you understand Git more.
So Git started in 2005 by Linus Torvalds. I'm pretty sure he's the one that actually developed Linux as well.
Yeah.
It was this
Linus is our Lord.
Yeah, Linus is our Lord. But that's not the only version control. If I did one of the best ones, actually, can we just skip to that slide? I'll go over that slide. So these are the other version controls. We have Apache Subversion. We have AWS Postman, Bitbucket, IBM ClearSpace. I think the second runner-up is the Subversion, just because it is kind of big as Git, just with SVN, and maybe let's say I think it's commit instead of being Git commit, it's Git push, or not Git, sorry, it's SVN push, but also they have a commit as well. It's just using, but it's the same wording. It's literally the same wording, just different formatting, different definitions of data. But yeah, Git's just one of the better ones in more in the industry. So some terminology. I'm going to try my best to not use the same terminology because I'm trying to. Let's say with branch, go to the next one. With branch, I keep saying branch. A branch is a branch. So I'm trying my best not to say the same thing. So commit. What is a commit? A commit is kind of creating a snapshot where you're pushing the code that you coded into this folder. In a way, can I help me out with that?
It's kind of like on your Word document, you're saving it.
Yeah, basically.
You're just saving everything that you have.
And it's public to your team members or anyone that is in that repository. A repository, I basically say it's like a shared folder in a way where you can do all this merges. I know we get a lot of words here, but I'm trying to simplify the best I can. But it's basically just a big folder that you can push your code with other team members on it.
So yeah, it's where all the project files are held together and where your project lives. And like David said, you push everything to that one level so that everything's up to date.
And that repository also keeps track of, well, I guess, yeah, it does actually. The repository kind of keeps track of the history. What it committed, when did it get merged, when did it get pulled? Just it has like the timestamp. And kind of going to a little backwards snapshot is what keeps track of the code base by recording it.
And repositories, not to get into it too much, we'll talk about it later, but repositories do more than just hold your project files. Like David said, it shows you who did what. And it also it's a great collaborative space. There's a lot more features than just the file folder. But we'll get into that.
So branch. Here we go. This is gonna be a tough one. Yeah, sorry.
So a branch is a little weird. It's easier if you see it.
Yeah, so imagine this.
Yeah. So you're gonna have your repository where all your folders are, right?
Yeah, let's say this is like the main repository, right?
And it can be called main, or sometimes there's also an head one, and then there can be a branch.
Yeah, so there's gonna be a branch, we call this the branch. And then it will have basically the copy of the main.
It will be a complete duplicate.
Yeah, basically you're duplicating a folder, but you don't want to change the main file that actually works. In a sense.
So if you're an engineer at Google and you need to edit how the search engine behaves, you don't want to directly edit that to where if you make an error, then Google's all down, right? You want to take a copy of everything of what Google is, you want to work on that so that you can have it look and test it on your own. So it's a way to where people can break things that are in production in a way. And it's also good for organizing.
Let's say let me do this on a use case, right? Let's say we have two people, one's the front end and one's the back end. Most likely they're gonna both of them are gonna make a branch, copying the main to their own branches to work on their back end and their front end, right? But you don't want to just keep coding, kind of go piece by piece. So let's say in the front end, I'm like, hey, I kind of did the whole design, but I need a new button, right? That code, you're gonna probably branch off it again and create the button that you need. And then let's say you finish it, you'll merge it, but that's basically kind of, you want to just keep dissecting it without ruining that main file that actually still works.
So some things that are scary are like merge conflicts, which we'll talk about more, but it's basically when you have two different versions of something and GitHub or Git can't decide which one to keep, which can be frustrating because then you have to manually merge it yourself. And that's what I have to do with all of David's code. This guy, man.
One problem.
One. Are there any questions with branches? It's hard to.
It's very, yeah. You gotta make it.
A branch is a branch. That's how you describe it.
Yeah.
It's just a duplicate project that you're working on. It's not in a separate repository. And when we go into the GitHub, we'll show that as well.
And we'll also have a visualized demo of Git and how you can really be making a new branch, merging it, committing. I have a very good visual, and shout out to Dr. Kasafis for actually putting me on this website. Really helped me understand it. And last but not least, staging next. To prepare changes to be committed, you need to stage the file onto a staging environment. You can use git add to put a file onto the staging environment, then you can commit changes to the branch. Read that word for word. But I felt like I was not going to explain it in the best scenario. But it's basically, when you commit the code, there's like kind of that one step you gotta have to check it before you really commit to the main project. So that second step for doing it.
Yeah, so you just they call it staging because you're preparing it to be committed to the project.
And it usually has the history, or not the history, but like they'll tell you what you changed on that file before you commit
it. And these are the only ones. There's a bunch more commands and terminology, but these are some of the big ones that you'll hear. So good luck getting into all the terms.
And we have resources at the end that you can use, like the Git book, for example. Very great, really great resource to use because of developers, So we'll give you that.
So what is GitHub? You guys heard Git and GitHub. They are two different things. Crazy. GitHub in 2008. It's web-based location where all the Git repositories are hosted. So it's just a centralized location for everything Git. It allows for easy code collaboration because it has, unlike Git, it has a GUI, so you can. There's a nice little screen And it adds extra functionality onto Git. Collaboration, it's easily accessible. It has of course and access control. Good for project management. They have a whole tab on project management. And finding open source projects or just looking into community. You want to host a project, it's a great place to do that. And there's also VS Code is built into GitHub. So web-based editing, even if you don't have VS Code downloaded, you can access it on GitHub. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Git is used in terminal. This GitHub is used kind of visualizing a web page. So we kind of please thank Microsoft for making this. So that's who kind of developed Git. Was it that they founded it or did they bought it? Okay, so I don't know who founded it, but Microsoft did kind of stand on it. But yeah, it kind of helps you visualize instead of it being all terminal, a little bit confusing. Very simple to GUI. Yeah. You're going over this? Yes. Let's first kind of start before we start practicing. Let's just kind of go over like how you put it into a repository, and then we'll go over kind of committing with the practice.
So if you want to make a new project folder, that's about the repository. You can go to your GitHub account, and if you don't know where you're at, like there's a home or something, top right where your profile picture is. They just give you a random one, so this is not what David looks like. I know you won't see him as a green blog. But you can go to your profile here, or you can just go straight to repositories, profile, and then repositories tab right at the top. And with GitHub, like I said, and like David said, it's very visually friendly. You can see new right here, even green, eye-catching, I know, just like David. Just click new, and repository name, sounds scary, I know. That's just going to be the name of your project. So, what's a project name? Does anyone have a project that they're working on? No, we have to make that on our own though. Resume. So yeah, you can do resume site. If you do spaces, it's going to automatically put a dash here. But it's not going to show here. So yeah, if you want to make a portfolio website or resume site, whatever you want to call it, you'll just name your repository, resume site, or website, personal website, whatever you want to name it. It will be public or private. You can see down here, there's the option for a portfolio website. We'll probably just have it as public. Most of your things will probably be public, but with like companies, they have as private because they don't want to. Well, not all of them, but they like to keep their code private. Or if you have to sign like an NDA or something, the code is going to be private. But we'll just keep it public, which means if anyone goes on your GitHub, they'll see all the code and everything that you contributed to this project. They won't be able to change it directly. They'll be able to see it, which is important for when you're linking it to your GitHub. When you're linking your resume, when you're linking your GitHub to your resume or to your personal website, you want to show off the code that you did, right? So you want to have them see it all. Otherwise, it'll just look like a blank GitHub, which looks kind of lame.
Kind of like when you kind of list on your resume, just project you have listed on your GitHub, kind of make like a note. Maybe like a bullet point, but maybe next to it say in GitHub, so that they can like go to that QR code or the link to your GitHub and check it out. Just to remind them, hey, it's on my GitHub, check it out.
If you have projects listed on your resume, what I do is just, I don't know how to explain it. I'm just going to go on it.
We're not asking about that. Oh my God.
So,
famous website.
This is outdated. But if you just have them as links, then you click on it right there. And look, there's it. There it is.
Yeah.
This is pretty common. Oh, this is pretty common. Where am I? Sorry. It's pretty common just to have the title be the link. You don't really want to show an ugly GitHub link or really keep it clean. And it's not like, even though they're not going to click links and print it out, and they're not going to type it out. So you don't have to type in a link on your resume. But for if on their laptop or on their phone, you can easily click on it and view whatever they want to view. So yeah, repository name, that is required. Description, you don't have to put that. I just put this little thing. Visibility, so like I said, public, if you want anyone to be able to see it and find it. Private, if you want to keep it hush hush. A README is that you can, usually everyone has a README for a GitHub project. It's just
Or down.
it's like a description, and it's like a manual for the what's called the repository, like how to start up your project, what's your project made of. For hackathons, you're gonna really have to create a README for things like who was on your team, what did they do? Like those?
Sorry, I'm trying to show you an example. So this is our hackable USF project. I'm going to show you guys our README for that. Okay, perfect. Yeah. Okay, so there we go. Yeah, so it's like you said, the manual. We have a clear description of what it's supposed to do, the features listed, what we added, and then we start kind of going to the more technical side.
This is everything that makes the project run.
The installation, because you can't just hop in and download the repo and get it. We have to do some installation.
Writing down what to do.
Yep.
More features. Here's the tech stack for how everything was created. This is something that we'll talk about later. It's for open source, and for every GitHub project, there's a license. There's a license down here. These are it depends on the project that you're creating. But these licenses, they just mean different things. Usually they could mean like a certain license could mean that, hey, everything in this GitHub is my code. I don't want anyone else to touch it. But normally you'd also put that as private. Or a different license could mean, I want you guys to work on this. So you're like inviting people to have it open source. It could also be, I made this Chrome extension or whatever. If anyone wants to add to it and post it themselves, go ahead. Different permissions for people to see. So there are like general use licenses. Here's a general public license. You don't have to learn all of them. And you can leave it as no license. It's not really going to be a big deal for you.
Yeah,
a personal website.
Right.
So yeah. I got a little skip the git ignore. A .git ignore is really simple. It's when you commit all your files to your repository, it's maybe there's some things that you don't want people to see, like I don't know why, but if you have like a username and password just randomly in your code file under like a text file called usernames and passwords, your git ignore, you could include that file in the git ignore, and it will include that file from the commit so that it would never touch and thus your password would be safe.
Any questions so far? Any questions? Oh, let's create this read. Oh.
So for a personal website, you probably don't need a git ignore. Depends what you want to do on it. That's probably not. We'll go ahead and create that. This is what a repository looks like. You see there's a lot of things that we talked about, like here's the main word, right? We Talking about project management, this time would be used for security, settings, all these big things, right? And this is what our README looks like. You can, of course, edit it to look nice and fancy, like how this one looks. And right now it's just plain default. But this is where all your files would be. So you can see we already have a file, which is the README file right here. If you were to go to something like here, you can see we have the README file, but we also have two folders for our front and back end. And you know, you can even click on these. And I'll show you all the files in here. First, scan them all.
You did timestamp of when it was last updated that file. Usually this main is kind of our, that code that works. So the branches were, we made the branches and then every time we push it, tell you the time.
So yeah, all the files are going to be right here. And go to branches.
Well, actually, right now, let's just go through the Git, and then we'll set up the VS Code demo, and then we'll go over that.
You know, I think I can go into VS Code. Oh, wow, look at that. We'll go to that one. Anytime you're on GitHub, this is what I said earlier, but let's say you're on like a school computer or something where you don't have VS Code installed for any reason. You can just go into GitHub again, and you can just push period, and it'll just go on VS Code right here. So you'll have to sign into GitHub. And then you can see this is all the files that we had in the resume site, GitHub.me. And we could even change it right here and save it. But this is actually a good spot.
This is kind of like how you're going to really get the Git commands in a real world situation. You're going to have that VS Code up. The terminal, the VS kind of up.
I'm on one.
Okay. So there will be a terminal. You'll have a terminal right then. You're going to really type in your Git commit on the projects. Git pull is really when you're pulling whatever was updated in the main, let's say, and pulling it to your branch so you're up to date when you're coding. And this is my setup.
It is an installer here.
Yeah. All right, well, welcome to the Web Design Self Club. No, I'm just kidding. All right, yeah, so let's do that. So you're checking if we have a version that's Git-B.
We don't have to install.
That's where we have Git installed.
Git is not installed.
Oh, we're loading in. If I deleted it.
Oh my gosh, you deleted our Git. That's messed up.
All right, so let's while we install, let's go through the practice, and then we'll do this off screen. We'll set up an environment to show you guys how like you would code in VS Code. So
this is the practice right how we have.
Yeah, everyone go on this. It's a learn Git branching.
Learn Git branching. That's the last part. Right. When you click on it, it'll go off the screen.
There's a very great tutorial website show you stuff like that, how you use Git, how you're going to be visualizing. So I don't need to read all this. Just
scroll down and hit the check mark at the end to get to the next screen. But these are like different levels. So we're just going to go to 1, of course.
And this will tell you what you should be typing, to get to the certain objective when you get to. It'll show you.
This is also going through the things that we went to. What a Git commit is, a repository, a snapshot. You can read that all. Or you can click next. I want to get to the part where it goes to the console. Oh, cool.
Yeah, you kind of keep pressing next. Keep it. Go. This is basically showing you what a Git commit is and giving you a demo, demo you can do visually, but then you'll have your own practice demo for it. So it's basically a lesson. This is it. This is it, right? Well, right now the objective is just type in Git. So again, you can will be pushing code into the repository, aka folder. So we're gonna have a little trouble spelling Git commit.
So,
Perfect. So pretend we're pushing code onto the repo.
you just pretend this is the terminal, it's like in VS Code. It's down here. It's just a different interface so that it's just a teaching environment.
Perfect. This C1 is now version 2, so C2. So pretend 1 and 2. So we just committed some code. So now we're on version 2 of our code. We are on the main branch still. That's what it is. The branch. And let's just pretend we make a branch. This is what we're supposed to do, but let's pretend we make a branch. So it's a git branch, and then
I did actually branch.
yeah, git branch, and then test.
Say something? Oh.
So boom, that just created our new branch. It's still on the version 2, but are now on test. Now let's say, oh well, I guess we're not actually checked out. So checkout.
Let me show this real fast. So, it doesn't really show what a branch is visually. We said the duplication, right? Let's go back. A branch, everything you have figured out pretty easily. So if you want to make a branch, you can just hit branches, new branch. You can name it something, hopefully something good. Your source is where it's going to duplicate all the files from, and usually you want it to be from the main branch. Oh gosh, the main project folder. So when you create that, there's now going to be a main one and a one that's not main. But you can see we can click into these. So if we go into main, it's exactly how we left it. There's also a little tab here that we can switch, but we can do it the manual way too.
So when you switch to a branch, you check it out from the branch you're currently in to the next branch.
Yes.
And that's what I was trying to do.
And you can see our new branch, something, is the exact same as the main branch. It even says here that it's up to date with me. So they both host the same project, but normally you're going to be working in a branch that isn't main, and you're going to be committing it or updating the main branch with the new branch's code. I just thought I was trying to show that in GitHub so that it's easy to look at with this little screen. But we'll go back here.
Yeah. So the checkout term is we're checking out from the branch we're the new branch. So let's do git checkout and then the branch we want to go in.
Git checkout.
Yeah, test. We're gonna be going to test. Yes, sir. So now, as you can see, that the star moves from the asterisk goes from main to test. That means now we are in the test branch. And now let's say we're coding heavy. We add a button instead of breaking the code. Let's kick a command. Let's say we just add that button. Boom. Now we just got a button in our project. Look at it. And then we want to merge it now. So we're going to git merge. And then the file or main. And then whatever. Is it test with main? Yeah, test main. Yeah, test main. So we're going to first do the branch that we want to push the code.
It might just be me.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
No, because we're in the test.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, so main.
It's already up to date. If we added like a different file, it would say something like something file merged into main branch.
I think you have to check out the.
Yeah. Oh, you're so right. So first we check out. from test to main. Alright. So boom, remove the asterisk from test to main, that means we're in main now, and now we merge it with test. And then boom, now we just merge it and that wasn't really but I think that is called a two-way merge, right? Yeah. Yeah, okay, there's different merge definitions. I don't want to talk about merge, but that's kind of like some simple terminology. But I really want you guys to test this out on the website. Again, there's an intro, intermediate. We'll be around to help you guys understand it a little better. But yeah, this is just a visualization website for it. So now we and Jordan are going to set up a VS Code and show you kind of a real world case on how to push code from VS Code into your Git to the Git.
Yeah, but first, just go on the learn branching, look it up on your web browser, try out the first level, maybe first 4, and we're gonna come back in like 15 minutes and do the VS Code together. What I know. You didn't say 15 minutes.
Well, like 15 to 20 minutes. How about that? Let's have fun with it.
So, yeah, like David said, if you need anything, just yell or don't yell.
Well,
David, well, yeah, we'll come back together and show the cool VS Code actually working.
yeah. Just so we know, you know what to do when you're on your first time.
There you go, crazy. You uninstalled it.
I know I installed it.
Yeah.
So basically, so now you have several codes in that area. Yes. This is just a yeah, so just learning. Teach you basic things. No, it's not.
That was actually.
If I have to say,
That's enough. I have programming one program, two classes, and every single Just recently, it's not just that pushed out on TV. Clear said like it's so
What knowledge they want.
Yeah, of course.
Yes.
Otherwise, y'all quickly mention something. Tomorrow, I have my sub club. With the sub club, we're going to enter CSS. So we'll be going over how to format a CSS, different ways you can insert a CSS file, HTML. Be a bunch of fun. We'll learn how to do all this stuff, basically, how to position your file. Again, if you were at the sub club, imagine HTML being the skeleton of your website. So it has all the content, has all the it's kind of like that. That's the bones of your profile website. And CSS is the skin, which makes it pretty. You do that pretty background, that pretty font, and then JavaScript like the nervous system, giving you the joy. So please come to 4:33 tomorrow if you're really interested. Global one, I'll what's the project again? I try to develop every after lesson. I like that.
It's not gonna be the same as doing it. Yeah, I think that.
Yeah, I'll see Oh, yeah, but I think it's just trying to speed it up for getting. That's a lot of bridge.
What are you doing? Just shows that
Is that like a project?
it's just a
I thought we were doing something like Hey guys. Hey guys, we're gonna do a little demo in the VS Code using Git. If David ever comes up here, if you want to stick around for that, by all means stick around. If it's past your bedtime, go ahead and leave. But before you leave, we have a little whiteboard back there with a question saying what meetings do you want to see from us. And yeah, so we're just gonna do a little demo on you. So yeah.
All right, it's lesson time, guys. It's lesson time.
You know, that's why I work hard.
That's tomorrow. I'm not locked in right now.
So when you're in VS Code, if you haven't seen it, it looks like VS Code. It looks like this. You have your code editor right in the middle, where you write all your code. You have your files right here, and you have a terminal right here. This isn't a lesson on VS Code. This is on GitHub. So we're going to be looking at the terminal. You can see we already did some. I did one git command, git -v. That's just to see if Git is installed on your system. Here it is. V stands for version. You can also just do git/version. No, you can't. Let's git -- version. Just do git -v. I don't know. It just verifies that Git is installed. So here we go.
So how to commit, how to pull, push.
So in VS Code, actually, you can do everything without the terminal for Git, but it is good to know both. So right here, it says source control, and you can see it shows your changes. This is where the commit is, and you can write a message. You'll need to write a message. But we're going to show the terminal because we're tools. So we added a file. We just called it home.html with this wonderful code on here. So we preview it. It's just a little HTML file. Wow.
Whoa!
Let's just really look at this.
Can we replace that with David, please?
You'll learn more about HTML. David's dev subplot.
You change the color?
Can I change the color?
Yeah, make it green.
No.
No. Just so we know.
I'm not doing it. So,
Yeah, we should all just make it green. Hey, can we, listen, we're doing a lesson here.
yeah, but I'm doing a demo.
That'd be great for the job.
We'll show how you
This is hey, so if you don't want to know how to make things green, how to make things red, come to the Silk Cup tomorrow at 6 p.m.
Yeah.
They're doing CSS, so if you do want to change colors and stuff, tomorrow at 6 p.m. But first, we mentioned to get stage or get ad. It's just it's like the first confirmation, confirming it into your repository. So you can do either or, and it's just stage or get ad. And you want to specify what files you want to add. So if I just do this, say not. It gives you a little hint. If you, let's say you have like 100 different files that you're working on, and you don't want to do Holmes.html, data.html, all the way up to 100. You can just do a period after the space, and then say.
You guys remember, people that was messed up, you guys remember that period when I met really? When we were doing the directory stuff? Here? Yeah, so it's the code path period. So it's basically, the dot basically indicates the folder you're already in. Let's copy that. And let's commit it to a code, or add it to the station. So yes, you're correct. Yeah.
And since we're in the root folder, the folder where everything is in, when we do get add dot, we're adding everything to our second phase where we can commit everything. So as we get add, it looks like nothing happened, but you know, we didn't get any yellow or red, so that's a good sign. Afterwards, this is where we want to commit it. So if we want to get commit, it's pretty straightforward, right? Wrong. If you just do get commit, this will pop up. I don't really like this because it can be a little difficult to manage. So I'm going to try to click out of this and show you the nice way. If you get commit, what it always wants is it wants a message to go with your commit to explain what you did. So for this, we added an HTML, and what you do is you type get commit just like you did, and then you do -n or message, and then you in quotes, you have your message here. So you can say added home.html. So then when we send this in, it should go ahead and do it. You can see one file change on this version.
Oh, we're all governance out. Governance out.
There's a message. So it added it. If it's red or yellow, it something probably went wrong, and you don't want that. And you can also see in the bottom left, it wants us to say that we're going to put us in a PowerPoint, but it wants you to push your changes now.
Yeah,
So this is the third confirmation. So the last confirmation is just a git push. And this is after this. Just make sure you don't have any errors. So if you get push, like that.
Oh, okay, so it will go further with time. We don't have a lot of time. But yeah, that's kind of like a little way to like show how we would use the terminal in the real world. Example, what's that? Oh my goodness, I feel okay now. But I also want to show the little now, as you can see, when we measure the terminal, there's actually a visual representation of this in VS Code built in. You press the branch icon, and right there, boom, you can actually do everything on this visually. You kind of want to show that, please remember that.
If we were on this earlier and just had a commit here, right now it wants to do sync changes because it's wanting us to do the get push part. But since we're not sent into GitHub, it's being mean. But visually, if you forget a command, then like David said, everything's in this source control part right here, and it'll leave us with in the changes. It even shows different. And it shows your government name, I guess. It shows who changed the file, and it shows different files that were added or changed. So VS Code has a bunch of features hidden in it. There's even in the bottom left,
Ooh, this is my favorite one.
there's this is how you look what branch you're in. So if you remember, we made this something branch earlier. Right now we are in the something branch. So if I click on that, we can also go back to the main branch right here. So if we go on here, you can see our home.html is gone now because we didn't fully push it into the main branch. So you can easily switch between those, which is pretty nice. And you can also see, if you go down here, there's a little circle icon that I can't zoom in on. And if we switch branches, there's a circle icon and it's giving more information. It's basically saying we need to push our changes, our commits, or else it's not going to be synced to main, which is also what this is saying.
And also,
if you push this, the button where the sync is, it's always in the bottom left, right to the right of the branch name. You can push that, and it will pull and push all the commits. So instead of having to do get push manually, you can just push that. I wonder if it'll make it. So it's going to go through the same thing, but afterwards, doesn't matter. Hold on. Afterwards, all it's going to do is it's going to make the main branch match with the something branch. So we're just going to see home.html will be in here. And we could also do something. It might be kind of weird because we weren't able to push all the way. Let's see if we make a change. So we made this change right here. If we want to zoom in on that. Gordon is super cool. David smells that. Okay, so now you can review that as a team. Can't exactly see it. I wish we could see it. You guys remember where I said stuff?
we all chanted.
If it was I don't think so.
We know what's doing.
Yeah, we can't do it because we need to push and we're not able to push.
It's all right. I mean, I think we understand. I think they understand.
Normally though, you'd be able to see the changes right here. And if you click, like the files would be listed here, just like how they're listed there. If you click on the file, it will show like a red line over the title document. Because we changed it, it would show green or yellow, and it would insert this. So red is like it's removing, and green is adding to. And we can actually see the specific terminology is a full insertion. So for this one, we had these 12 lines, right? So that's 12 insertions. But if we change the title, then it would be one deletion, one insertion, something like that. And if we were to push, which we can't because we're not signed in, but if we were to push, we would be able to go right on here, and if we're in the we would be able to see, this would be like a couple seconds ago. So it would be updated to the main branch.
Just really quick, I didn't want to show the visual part. What we discovered helps you do as well is create a branch instead of doing git check out git branch and the name. You just press the branch button again, and you just create this branch.
If you're already in the main branch, you just do create new branch. But in this case, we're in something branch, so we can just do create new branch from ... and then we can select the main one. So let's say we just want to create from the main branch. In this case, from the something branch, and we can name it something else. Again, with spaces, it'll automatically make actions. So if we go ahead and do this, when you create a new branch in VS Code, the bottom left is going to change to this public cloud, and it's going to say public branch. If you go here too, it's going to say public branch. What's that saying is it's not in the GitHub yet, created it, but it's not here. I don't know if it will let us publish branch. If we were to push publish branch, it would just push it and make the new branch and get up. So right now, keep in mind this is local to our machine only. So if we want to make changes and send it to someone else, it should be signed into GitHub. But this is how you would publish it through the GitHub. But on our machine, we're able to switch between different, so you know, it's true the other guys. We we're in something right now. We didn't commit the home by HTML. We switched to main. You can also see a process that out. We already had it open. A little side note, I guess. We only have this. So this is saying this file is not in this folder. But it could back. Yeah, any commands anyone wants to see? Okay. Whatever you say, boss. I'm gonna say please push everything. Use git push. Yeah. Nothing to commit. So that's a good one. Git status, it shows you what you should probably do. Git push. Nothing to change, working briefly. The previous thing that's good. Anything else? There's a lot of we just
Okay, also, I'm not, I mean, you know,
oh yeah, that's
it makes it, you got this, I don't know.
I love it.
Yeah, it's very easy to pull.
For GitHub desktop, you just gonna let you go over this.
Yeah.
When you're at GitHub and you want to take files from online or something in your VS Code, you're gonna have to. You can go to clone right or code right here, and GitHub desktop makes it really easy. You don't have it, so push this really GitHub desktop is really easy for managing different repositories.
Yeah, I don't really use GitHub desktop. I just like it because like I'm one app. I don't even switch it to to GitHub. So I don't know how it works honestly. Yeah, exactly. And so that's kind of like one thing. If you go to commands, you can all just stay in one window. And,
Yeah.
Yeah, push and pull. That's actually I'll check out GitHub desktop.
It's actually.
Yeah, let me check it out.
Sometimes for GitHub, they won't let you do certain things. Like applications there, like we have two GitHub accounts. Sometimes logging into one can cut off the other. Using GitHub desktop, you don't have to log into the terminal or anything. It's really easy.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And it's integrated with PSPS. You just
Oh, okay. So yeah, I'll let me check it out. See how that works.
GitHub desktop also works for like most IDs, like the JetBrains IDs as well.
Yeah.
But if you don't have GitHub desktop for some reason, you get once you push code, there's just a URL, and you can copy that right here. Just git clone, just like that. Just the URL. I'm not gonna do it from where to have it, but it would just create exactly what we have here. Oh, we have to sign into GitHub.
Yeah, we just gotta learn the old. Yeah, it's easy to know. That's what we're going to
I guess if you ever want to contribute to something that's open source, that's not a project that you're working on, like with friends, but you want to add some type of feature, there's a fourth option right here. And we'll do on this. But what forking does, it's creating your own it's creating your own branch that is you can make all the changes that you want, but you have to ask for permission to move it into the main file, because you don't want just a bunch of random people to put in crash or viruses or whatever. Other viruses. So that's a cool thing if you're ever going into open source. There's also like WASP and STAR. If you want to keep track of a repository. Otherwise, there's some great things in here like projects. We're talking about that one. You create a project for your you create a project for your project, your repository. It's just like a fast manager thing. You say, okay. You can actually assign people to it. You can assign their GitHub profiles to it. But you do.
Can I actually wait? I actually understand. Let's say like we get attacked, right? There's always all this thing. Perfect. In this case, oh good, so we press the drop down, and then we can suggest who can go with it. So for corporations, can just hold on this, and then we can track it, if it's progress to do or if it's done.
This is great for keyboard course, but also if you want to have like a location for your own checklist. It'd be good for you as well. A lot of if you go through like a resource project, they'll have task lists like that.
Oh, it's right there.
I wonder if this person they don't have a problem.
All right, yeah.
Well, they have an issue, like, that's awesome. There's a lot of different things to get on that you definitely explore. David has this. Okay. Yeah.
Am I so close to go over GitHub pages? How do we deploy a website with GitHub? So display that resume. Yeah, it's not going to be tomorrow, but it's going to be quite as close to the future in your top one. So,
and there's a lot of different settings. We didn't go over issues, actions, we need security insight settings. We didn't go over all that. Yeah, this is actually my account. Oh gosh, this is a lot of work. Really nice. There's a lot of contributors.
I'll actually one of those.
Look at the meter right there. Are the requesting to add your code to the main file. So when you fork something, you're going to submit a fork request. You merge it basically. So that's fun. What? Huh? Oh, this one has a lot of tags. Oh yeah.
me show you how.
Yes.
I don't know what you need to.
That's the other part. We can only see, show so much. But yeah, there's definitely different tools for building deeper into GitHub. And this is there's a lot more and GitHub and Git, so watch YouTube videos, practice, get the terms up. Yeah, they have to come out with part two. Feel more depth on certain things beyond the so you guys are all good to go. Again, there's the whiteboard in the back for what meetings you want to see. And tell us if you have any questions or anything else.
Who's going to the Sub Club tomorrow? You guys are coming.
That's understandable.
I at least told you. Well, I used to. I might let you blog every day on
But it's not. Oh, yeah.